Hi, this is Chris Poor with Assured Information Security, and in this video, we'll be going over the Packet Crafter tab. So, when you're here, you can choose different protocols in the FISSURE library and select subcategories, sub packets, different messages here. So, Wi-Fi is a little special because it's got SCAPI integrated into it, but you'll see default packet types here, and you can go back and forth between hex values and binary values. You can calculate CRCs. You can assemble messages. Let's go to a different message. So if we have an X10 message here, and we change value to like AA, click calculate CRCs, it'll automatically know which fields to adjust. And you can assemble those hex values into messages. You can format them in different ways. It's useful for copying and pasting and putting them somewhere else, some other program or something. And you can string together different messages into one big sequence and save it to a file. So if you have something that just goes through all these messages and plays them back, that's helpful. Or if you just want to save a single message. Yeah. So if you do a different protocol like Mode S, you'll see that some of them aren't even numbers of bits. So that's the nice thing about this, is that it works at the bit level. It doesn't have to be just hex values. But things that can't be hex won't be hex. So if I go all hex, only these values change. But you can string together some pretty big messages in your library, pretty complicated things, and tweak the values, remake them, save them off. Maybe there's a flow graph that has a file source, and you can pipe this file into that. We got things like RDS, where there's multiple checksum locations. So like if you change some bits here, it'll change right here. So it's helpful when there's really complicated messages like this. Like you're not going to remember this stuff from the top of your head most of the time. And it's helpful to just quickly go through, figure out what an example message should be. So like if you're out in the field and you see something and you want to know if it's something already in your library, you can kind of just go here and browse your library and see if it makes sense. Yeah. Wi-Fi, as I mentioned, there's SCAPI in it. So if you want to use this to like create a DAuth packet or something and then transmit it, you can do that. So right now I have a 802.11 adapter plugged in my computer. I could select the interface for it, hit start. It's going to be in monitor mode, but I built this monitor mode tool, which allows me to just quickly switch. So if I check my interface here, I can disable network manager so it doesn't automatically switch it back. I can select my Wi-Fi channel, hit execute. It might ask me for my password. Type it in, and it pretty much just runs these commands down here. And I'm in monitor mode. So if I just check it, There you go, monitor mode at the frequency channel. It's helpful for changing to specific frequency channels, and I can go right back if I click manage mode, and it'll restore network manager and stuff like that. So right now it's not up here, and if I have Scappy going, you hit start, type your password, and it'll run a script which just says Scappy at whatever interval you say. You hit Control C to stop it, just like you're used to. So that's helpful. I use it a lot for sending UDP messages and things like that. So I can put my custom data in here and load it up, just send it off, change the MAC addresses and stuff. That is the idea behind the Packet Crafter.